Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back at my YouTube channel or any other channel where I'm posting the videos. This time, I would like to focus on topic or just a little reminder or how I can see that topic of social media and how social media are actually influencing especially youngsters and young generation and us as well, middle-aged people, men, women, or younger people, older people. I mean, what I don't like when a lot of people tell me that the social media didn't do anything good and it brought a lot of problems and a lot of bad stuff, which we know that yes, it did. I don't like that because we are actually living in the times where the development of technologies and all the development in everything basically is unstoppable. We can't just stop it and we have to accept the reality. The social media are not going anywhere, like they stay. So how to actually minimize and avoid the problematic contact and rapport, especially of teenagers and young generation with social media, is to take care of it. And that's why I think parenting these times is so hard and so difficult, because you don't have any control. You don't have actually control what your young children are doing with a smartphone or with a tablet or even on a computer. The problem is that this is the time when the young generation were born into like a standard use and tool for living. So we can't basically avoid it completely or ban it. Or some parents, they say, yeah, my young children, never ever any smartphone, never this, never that. Like this, I think it will never work. My personal opinion and my personal experience with social media is I use it. I like it in some way, but of course I'm an adult and I was not born into this world. I just developed my normal skills and intuition and my whole very young age when I was studying and when I was learning and when I was trying to figure out what is this world about was not about social media and was not even about smartphone until my 20s, 20 something, when 25 or even 30s, when I really smartphone and all these apps started to be so popular. Nowadays, the generation is very different. Like they are born into this world. They just live with this. Apps are everywhere and they use it, and it's a perfectly user friendly and it's effective when it's used right way. So when some adults, especially with the teenagers, tell me that yeah, social media didn't do very good and this is bad, it's harming, it's really bad, and I hate when people follow it, and especially teenagers. Well, this doesn't help the situation, I would say, because they are here and they don't go anywhere. Social media just stay. So my experience is that there is a lot of good stuff everywhere to follow. It really depends what you follow. So when you want to follow history or biology or astronauts or archaeology or something which is connected with your studies or what your hobbies or interests, which is really of your interest, then it's perfect way. Of course, then again, we have to be very critical and critical thinking, and we have to teach children, especially teenagers, to choose and choose correctly, rightly, with a lot of facts and all. So it's not about banning and not really appreciating it at all. I think it's to explain to especially young generation how to use it. Because you can follow on Instagram or on TikTok or on Facebook or wherever, I mean on any app, somebody who is actually really professional, an expert, writers, authors, historians, archaeologists, even on Quora. I am actually following Quora, and it's a good stuff many times, but you have to follow correct people or correct topics and themes. Even Pinterest, I'm not really into that. The problem of social media is that there are a lot of algorithms, and especially I think nowadays Instagram and TikTok, they use algorithms that you can see also stuff which you don't primarily follow. because of popularity, because of a lot of likes, clicks, whatever, or was trendy and popular, what kind of hype is now going on. So then of course you can see that stuff, which you can actually somehow adjust and adapt, and don't follow it, or you just unfollow it. And yeah, it's a lot of methodology around. But the problem is that really, like, I found on TikTok a lot of accounts which are really useful and good, very quick, brief history facts which are very interesting, about countries, geographically somehow categorized, or linguistics, or some kind of very brief lessons of some languages. So a lot of good stuff. The problem is that youngsters especially, they can't really choose from all of this because it's too much. We are living in the times when we have plethora, and there is an abundance of everything. Not only people, like counts, but the problem is that of everything, like news, this. So this critical thinking is linchpin. It's something which we all have to follow and try to understand it, and try to teach it to all around us. It's hard. It's not easy. That's why I always say parenting nowadays, it's really not easy, and especially from of children from 8, 9, 10 up. Yeah, then you don't have basically, like, I don't even know anyone who can actually follow and check your child for 24 hours. Yeah. Every day, and especially they need it also for schools and for this. So you can't basically ban or switch off some app because they use it and they need it. Yeah. So well, my little advice is just to sometimes just let it be and trust your child and trust what they follow, and you are actually role model, and you should be the first who they actually should refer to, what they follow, what not, and check it sometimes, yeah, here and there. But what I find really disturbing and concerning is that yes, the majority of accounts on TikTok especially are basically very superficial and shallow stuff about makeup, about cosmetics, fashion, which is still fine. It's under control. It's still fine. But for especially young ladies and this young generation, which is still like developing, and when they see this and how many followers they have and how much money they can make out of just doing makeup, or really, I don't want to be harsh, but very basic, very stuff which yes, it's basically easy. It really depends on also what kind of videos they make out of it. And that's why I always say social media is very, very attractive and appealing, because it's sort of addictive, because it's not reality. The videos which are made there are made and cut and edited in a way that is very, very attractive, yeah, because it's blinking, and it's somehow like blinking, and it's doing stuff which is not in real life even possible. I, for instance, love following some kind of cuisine and recipes, so cooking stuff. Lovely, it's amazing. Like they can, like in 10 seconds you have just food which is wow, but of course it's not reality, like until you do it this way. Like, it's much more difficult. So I would say that to explain to children also that this is a fun, this is entertainment. And yes, there are accounts which you can actually follow because of education, and because you can actually very easily and briefly get some information listening, and just, or video or something about history, biology, literature, this, many topics. But it's still not reality, because when you read a book, the effort of reading and understanding the text is much higher. But still, I find it very, very good, very useful, even for a young generation. So I would always differentiate reality and social media, which is helpful tool, and it's good when you follow the right stuff, but still not reality, because these videos are edited and cut, and it's not reality. I don't cut, I don't do anything really with my videos. But of course, it's not so appealing. It's not so interesting for young generation because it's just you have to sit and follow and listen. But of course, videos on TikTok are wow, like they do it in a way that really it's addictive. Even, I don't think so, I am a very shallow person, but sometimes it's shallow stuff like how they organize the home and how much stuff they have in a bathroom, kitchen, and what they do and follow the day, and like especially ladies, they know how to do it and edit the videos in a wow way. Of course, it's addictive because it's very nice. It's basically out of the world sometimes because they use a really specific, very expensive luxury stuff, which at the end of the day you say, okay, like I don't need this stuff. It just looks perfect, you know. So these videos are done in a perfect way. That's why it's not real. That's why it needs to be explained that wow, it's perfect, super, like a movie, little one in a few minutes, but it's not reality because we don't live this way, or we don't even want to live this way. Because when you want to live this way, then you just actually have to be really sort of millionaire or having so much time to do it. So it's all about differentiating the real world and social media world. That's it. Because you can't actually unfollow social media completely and ban them or just forget them, even though something is happening now because of the rights and whatever, and Twitter is now X and is naming, and now maybe in European Union, I just read it, that they put on a sort of some content, some ban or something like that. So maybe it's something happening. Anyway, social media is a good stuff when it's used for your benefit and especially for presence and future. But of course, it really depends what you want to follow and what you follow. That's this kind of thing which must be basically tackled and solved. Thank you very much. See you next time.